Good evening, iRacers. Welcome to Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson, Cody Fowler, and Matt Dalton here for round three of the European Stock Car Championship. I got a little tongue-tied there, Matt. Matt, we're in California and Auto Club Speedway. What are we expecting from today's race?
Auto Club this week has been really good fun. It's a really fast 2-mile track as opposed to the 1.5 milers we've seen up until this point. There's a lot of room to move around, a lot of room for cars to overtake each other, so we should be seeing some really good racing this evening and some different lines opening up, and hopefully some good long green flag runs as well.
Yeah, and Cody, just to come to you for a sec, mate. Obviously, last couple of races, it's the LEM PLS racing guys that have just been pretty dominant, it's fair to say. Back-to-back victories for them. Is Auto Club and gonna give them a bit of a different challenge? Are we expecting to see somebody else maybe try and challenge at the front today?
I feel like this will be a whole different race from what we've had the past two races. With Daytona, it's a draft. It's all about the draft, working the draft and figuring everything out with that. This track's very bumpy, and you can really upset the cars if you hit the bumps the wrong ways. It's a really nice track for getting the rhythm down, and it's able to hold that rhythm throughout the race. You'll have a lot of problems off of turn 2 from what I've been seeing through practice today.
Yeah, and just to obviously talk about the track, it's very wide open. Are we hoping multiple grooves today? Is it going to rubber in? Is that low line going to get a little bit hot? Are people going to go on the hunt for a cool track, Matt?
Not from what we've seen in most of the official races this week. It's for some reason it just doesn't seem to actually happen that way here. But as I said, even without that, there's still so much room on the track that you can see 2-3 wide, especially coming around the front stretch. It's just one of those tracks where the racing is good, even though we don't have the high line that you'll see if you watch the Sprint Cup race tomorrow night.
Yeah, no doubt. Every race so far been pretty exciting, especially towards the end. So, don't see any reason why this won't be any different. Matt, we've got a bunch of new faces this week. Perhaps you can run us through that. You know most of them pretty well, and our co-commentators in there as well.
Yep. So we have Raul Alvis. Obviously, a lot of people within iRacing will know him. Rob Reed, Jake Forster, Aaron Maspero, sorry. I'm going back to last year's broadcast for that one. There's a group of guys there who were teammates of mine. Josh Drinkwater as well. We've got some other UK and I guys appearing as well. Steve Barsby's in this one. Ian Kench. So those guys will be looking to make a bit of an impact. And obviously we've still got the Martin Kappel, Lucas Buehler, Lucas Srinanek, and all those guys who've been really having the battles all to themselves the last few weeks, who may find some new competition today.
Yeah, absolutely. Qualifying's looking quite interesting actually. All pretty tight. Now, what are we expecting here to be a major difference in perhaps quali trim to a race? I mean, I'm looking at the practice times. They don't look all that different out there, Cody.
Yeah, there's about maybe a 4 to 5/10 difference between a race and a queue out. From what I've seen from practice, I think Rob Reed, Jake Forster, and Raul Alvis, they're the top 3 cars in race trim. And it wouldn't surprise me if they stayed right together for most of this race, as long as nobody has any issues.
And Raul, of course, is going to start from the back, so he's going to have to work his way through. We were having a bit of a laugh off air, saying is he going to be patient enough or whatnot, or are we going to pick him up and pull him in here after the first wreck because he's made it 4 wide somewhere.
Well, knowing Raul, he's going to push it. And I was watching his Q lap just now, and well, let's just say he hit the wall pretty hard. So He's definitely going to try and push it through the field. But look for him to go 3 and 4 wide in opening laps. I could see him. I could honestly see him pulling out some Kyle Busch stunt here at the beginning and being PTing after one lap. Like, he's definitely going to try hard at the beginning.
Right, qualifying's coming to a close, so let's just take a quick look at championship standings. We'll worry about getting a graphic for these in the next few races now that it's starting to take a little bit of shape. So Martin leads the championship, but I've just been informed actually by his team manager that he won't be racing today because he's got real life racing commitments. So he leads on 91 points, but obviously expect him to drop down. Thomas is in second with Lucas Buller in third. Solomon in fourth, Miguel Gomez is in fifth, Robert Earthling is in sixth, we've got Thomas in seventh, Dennis in eighth, and then Mikael Johansson in ninth. Rounding out top 10 is Peter Jensen. So a good mixture of teams there though, guys. Everybody pretty well represented. Matt, just up to your guys to start getting in that mix now.
Yeah, definitely. And we had some of our guys that we just couldn't make the first couple of rounds, so I know there was a little frustration there, just in terms of commitments that we've had outside of the series. But I think a few people are going now, and Rob's doing well at the minute. He's currently sitting on pole. We got Jake in third, Aaron fourth, Doug fifth, Josh sixth. So there's a fairly good Apex representation at the front there.
Well, we're not going to shy away from it as well. Of course, we are Apex Racing in here as well. So come on, lads, let's have at it. We'll try not to be too biased tonight. Right, what are we? About 2 minutes left to go. Matt, can you just give us a quick rundown of where everybody's at yet? Are we expecting anybody to improve? Two people out there not set times yet.
We've still got 2 more minutes to go. I would expect. I'm not sure Hugo or Pedro or Ian is going to threaten the front if they manage to get a lap in at the back. I think there's still some room at the front for some position changes. I know Rob is just heading back out at the moment. He's just winding up towards a quick lap.
I'm seeing quite a few guys here. It looks like they're not running a Q trim. They're actually qualifying with their race setup. Now, a lot of guys are picking up a lot of time with their Q setup. So there's going to be a lot of people going from the front to the back, and a lot of people going from the back to the front who have good race setups but not good Q laps.
Yeah, and there is quite a split looking at the grid at the moment. So, which we haven't had. Last week it was a lot closer. So, of course, Daytona is Daytona. So, yeah, it could be interesting to see how the race plays out. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth in the last round as well, and a few guys that just struggled with that qualifying pace. Had great cars. Be interesting to see how Alessandro goes again. I mean, his car was so good up top last round. If he can carry that sort of speed and momentum again in this race up high, then it'll be a fun race to watch, no doubt. Oh,
I do see Martin Capal. He's in P10 for Q right now. He's about a tenth faster than his practice lap, which was race trim. I'd say he probably moves up a good bit.
I got myself all confused actually. It's Thomas that's not here and it's Martin that is here. I said it the other way around earlier on, didn't I? So people are going like, what are you on about, Alex? He's on the grid. And and that's why. So it's Thomas who's racing. Sorry, Martin. There you are, down in P10. So we'll look. I mean, they've had a strong card. I mean, all season long. So I expect they'll probably they'll move forward, no doubt.
Yeah, they'll look to go 3 in a row with their team.
Looks like everybody is done. Everyone just slowing it down right now. Matt, do us a huge favour and take us through the grid, please.
Yep, so we've got Rob Reed starting on pole for Apex Racing. We're not going to shy away from mentioning it. Raul Alvis second, Lucas Strinenek third, Jake Forster fourth, Aaron Maspero fifth, Doug Pickering sixth, Josh Drinkwater seventh, Lucas Buehler eighth, Corentin Peters 9th, Martin Kappel in 10th. Bit of a surprise to see Martin that far back. He's usually pushing up towards the front. Steve Barsby P11, Vit Solomon P12, Alessandro Dalladoni with a 39.5 in P13, Luigi Graffini in P14 with a 39.6, Luis Rodriguez P15, Linus Brostrom P16, real surprise to see Linus back there, Clyde Whiting P17, Bronislav Robanek P18, Christian Eberg P19, Fausto Bessa Gomez P20, Robert Erling 21, Marcus Hagman 22, James Donnellan Skinner 23, and Hugo Argacelo, Pedro Rodriguez and Ian Kench 24, 25th and 26th respectively.
Yeah, good queue all round then for those guys. Definitely shook up the grid a little bit today, so we're going to be interesting to see how this race is going to pan out. And Cody Raul couldn't resist in the end. Had to get himself in on the front row.
Yeah, he couldn't let Rob show him up here, so which Rob did. I know he's gonna be itching to try and lead some laps here at the beginning. I really think those two are, from watching practice times, Rob seemed a little bit faster than Raul, but I don't know about their long run speed. It'd be interesting to see how long runs go.
Waiting for everybody just to make their way to the to the pit lane. Just a few drivers still there. Right, yeah, we're just getting ourselves organised for this as well. Here we go. Just waiting for Hugo. Have all 26 cars.
Yep, that's a pretty decent grid. The pit strategy is going to be an interesting one here as well. I mean, we've seen in the NASCAR iRacing series races this week that been a full distance race this week, so it's been 200 laps and 400 miles every time. We've seen in that there are some people run between 25 and 35 laps. Seems to be the pit window for the guys that want a short stop and run with less fuel in the car, to the guys that have maybe a bit more of a balanced setup that try and go for a full fuel tank run. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here with if we get to green flag stops where everybody is.
No one dropping to the back or anything else like we've seen in previous weeks, so everybody's comfortable where they are.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with a big wide track. It's the wrecks are a little easier to avoid and things are not quite as tight and cramped. So,
well, you say that now, Matt.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah,
let's wait and see. I think on that one.
Famous last words, I know.
And they're screaming 5 wide going into turn 3, and we'll know. Here we go then, round 3, the European Stock Car Championship. It is green. Great start from the front two, almost nothing in it.
3 wide in the backpack as well.
Yeah, like I say, just Martin, Corentin and Vit 3 wide at the moment, and a bit further back as well. Everybody just jockeying for position at the moment. Front two just leaping away a little bit. Jake Foster just being a little bit patient, sitting back.
Raul Alvis going for the lead here off turn 4.
Yeah, he got a great run off of 4. Down low.
Yeah, he's gonna clear him off into 1 here, new leader. Rob's fighting back though, coming off turn 2.
Yeah, Rob just switching back underneath. You've got to get a really good run down here into 3 and 4. I don't think he'll push it this early. Even if he thinks he had the speed, I don't think he'd actually go for it. I think he'd be more content at this point just to sit back, actually see what Raul's got, let the race come to him and see what the long run develops.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
It just goes
3
to show
wide
that
back in the pack.
he can do it as well. He talks the talk, walk the walk, out front at the moment. Bit Solomon and that's Andre then, side by side. This is for 11th and 12th. Bit up top.
Is it Alessandro was entertaining us all at
Oh yeah,
at Atlanta so much?
yeah. With the pit stop, and everybody else tried to stay out.
Yeah, he had a really good long run car at Atlanta. It'd be interesting to see if the setup comes back to him this week.
Seems to be a bit of separation with the top 3 at the moment.
We got some issues off turn 2. He's got it saved.
Yeah, just down on the low, but that was Steve Barsby.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you see that long run here, people have been really complaining about the right front tyre, and again, it's a bit of a feature on the 1.5 mile tracks that as you get into a run, the car tends to push through the centre of the corner, and because of that, you put a lot of wheel into the car, you try and keep it pinned down on the bottom and keep running the same lane. The second you get back in the throttle at that point, you can lose the rear quite easily if you're not careful, so...
Jake having a little run on Rob here. Maybe thinking about it. Not this time.
Was really expecting the 92 to make some moves here early in the race to get towards the front. And it really hasn't happened. I think he's lost 4 positions. Yeah, 4 positions from the start of this race.
Who was
He's
that,
also
sorry?
hit the wall. The 92 of Martin?
Oh yeah, Martin, way down in P12, so...
strange to see some of our regular guys seem to be struggling a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, he clipped the wall for turn 2 about 3 laps ago, and he didn't do too much damage. I don't see no damage on his car. Just scraped you a little bit.
Raul definitely just scraping away at the front, isn't he?
Out to 7/10 of a second now. Rob really got his hands full with Jake. He's more looking back than he is forwards, and all of a sudden that's really where he's dropping off.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, they are teammates, so they should be being a bit sensible and working together a little bit.
As I mentioned in Martin, how he's not really making up no ground like I thought he was going to. He's starting to pass a few guys now. He's made up 2 spots the past lap and a half. Going for P10 now. He's working that 2nd to 3rd groove for 3 and 4. He's getting really good runs down the front straightaway with it.
Good scrap here, P7 and P8, or P8 and 9, sorry, is no, it is 7, isn't it? The Lucas and Doug Pickering having a real good, real ding-dong at each other.
Yeah, just 1/10 of a second separates those 2 at the moment.
Really got to work on the timing on mine. She changes around all the time.
Looking at lap times, Martin is a top 5 car right now. He's running 4s, and a lot of people in front of him are still running the 5s.
Yeah, let's just see if he can clear Vit. Vit's staying really high. I think he knows he's perhaps a bit slower than Martin. Just wants to give him the position. So that is going to carry an awful lot of speed out of here. Might just claim that one back. He does. Will he hold on to it through 3 and 4?
Yeah, it lets the 26 really
Oh.
close up on their bumper fast. 26 looking to capitalize on this and maybe gain 2 spots.
Yeah, we've seen again.
Vic just got a handful of wall here, didn't he?
Yeah, and Alessandro
Yeah.
again looking good over the long run too. That car looks great. And we'll clear now. Having a little look further back. Looks like Vic's falling down again, so he must have had some problems. Linus and Robinick here just having a little battle. This is for 16th, 17th, and we've got Steve Barsby in and around there as well. So 3-car battle going on a little bit further back.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see Linus Brostrom that far back. He's normally a lot closer to the front in this series as well, so... I don't know if he's got some car issues there, or...
Yeah, I mean, he's a lot quicker than all the drivers around him at the moment, so that last lap he was like 3-4 tenths faster than anybody else around him, so, you know, car's pretty good, 40.6 that time, so you could see him moving forward into a top 10 spot.
Tire fall off looks pretty good right now. We're about 6 tenths off from the beginning of the race. And as a driver, that's what you want. You want tire fall off. You don't want to have a car where you're just running the same laps all the time. It's not that fun when you're just like that. And it's really, you want end of the run to be at least a 2-second drop off, and that's what we're aiming right now to be.
Yeah, just watching Lucas Buehler making some moves there. Him and Doug Pickering have both leapfrogged Josh Drinkwater. Doug and Josh will have swapped again. I know they're on the same team, so they'll have swapped positions sensibly on that one. But Lucas seems to have some real good pace at the minute.
Yeah, still in the 0.5, so he's losing time to the guys ahead of him at the moment. But yeah, like you say, consistent as well.
Gap at the front is pretty consistent as well. It's stabilised out at around about the second mark. I think actually the last lap Rob Reed may have pulled back a hundredth of a second.
Yeah, just looking at the lap times, there's barely anything in it, isn't it? 40.317, 40.304 and 373, so yeah, very consistent and yeah, very close.
And again, you talk about the differences in setups. You know, I know with Rob, he likes a car that's quite snug. He doesn't mind if it's quite tight through entry and centre. He just seems to be able to drive cars like that and not hammer the tyres. So it's interesting to watch Rob's car looking nice and stable. Jake behind him, you know, you see the odd wriggle out of it.
On board with Fitz Solomon, looks like he's sizing up Alessandro for a move. He's very good off of 2. Side by side, will he get this complete? Does indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he scrapes the wall though, just as he comes across, just to get his line through 3 and 4 right. I hope that's not caused any damage. It was just a little scrape, nothing major.
This is not a track where you want aero damage either.
Yeah, these long straightaways, just a little bit of aero damage really hurts you.
I think it's one of the, alongside Michigan and Indianapolis, is one of the most aerodynamic sensitive tracks that the NASCAR cars come to.
Luigi closing in on these guys as well, so last time by he was the quickest out of those 3, so maybe, yeah, like I say, the difference between the short run and the long run pace is interesting for sure. I think it's sort of almost settling itself out. You can see the guys that have moved forward at the start and now are slowly dropping back. Everybody else sort of in and around the 41s now, high 40s.
Yeah, the gap between the front guys is you've got Doug Pickering in P7 running 40.8.
It's interesting for
Lucas
sure.
Buehler in front of him with 40.9 last time round, and then you've got the lead cars all running 0.6s, 0.7s.
I think Raul has ran his tires off a little bit here. Rob beat him that last lap by 2 tenths. Beat him again this lap by 2 tenths as well. We'll be looking for a fight for the lead here within the next 5 laps.
Rob is he's one of those drivers who's like that. You know, when we give him a car that he can push anybody reasonably close, and he just seems to be able to pound the laps out constantly, he's like a metronome. You know, like when I'm driving or some of the other guys are driving, we all see the occasional lap that's a couple of tenths off where we make a little mistake, and Rob just doesn't do that. He will just keep on and on and on like a robot, going the same time.
Yeah, that lap there, Raul, he got a little bit quicker than Rob. Actually, no. Rob beat him by 100th of a second, but not as big of a gap as it had been the past 4 or 5 laps. They're kind of evening out again. Rob might have decided he wanted to save some more tire. So you think anybody's going to short pit? Or are we going to go a full fuel run here?
I would expect a couple of cars to start looking 25. So like as I said, between 25-30 laps, I think you may see a few come in. Whether a few guys decide to stay out or not, I think the thing is that the field is nice and spread at the minute. The front guys have got a decent little cushion amongst themselves and to the cars behind them. So
going for a move. Sorry, Matt. Doug going for a move up past Lucas Bullock. Nicely done. Although Lucas trying to fight back a little bit. Getting good run off.
I've noticed Rob is really able to hold that white line through 3 and 4, and Raul kind of pushes up by a lane coming off the corner, and that tends to be where Rob is really beating Raul. That lap was about a half a tenth difference between the two, Rob being the faster of the two.
he's just chipping away at that lead, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's doing a really good job. He did a really good job saving tires at the beginning. Be interesting to see if once he catches Raul, if Raul tries a short pit or not. I really like how he comes off of turn 4. It shows that he still has a good bit of right front tire left on that car.
Yeah,
21
good run at the moment.
No caution flag. So at what point do we have to start thinking about green flag pit stops then?
Well, as I was saying, you know, we've seen the official this week that around lap 25 to 30 is when you can see people coming in. It entirely depends on strategy, though. You know, as I said, these guys have got a little bit of a comfortable lead on the cars behind them, so if they can afford to wait until some of the mid-pack guys choose to come in, especially while they'll have started the race on full tanks, and you know, they can just ride it out and wait and see what happens. I think it's what could throw things up and actually start some pit stops is if you see somebody like Jake or Aaron from P3 or P5 or Lucas in P4. If one of those guys decides to go early, then it may force Rob and Raul to follow suit.
If I'm a car that's like half a lap down, I short pit this and try and make up some time and maybe get a caution. If I am Raul and Rob, I will try and stay out as long as I can.
Aaron having a little look on Lucas as well. Been slowly reeling him in, and probably 10th of a second the last few laps. They're closing in on Jake as well now. A couple of tenths. Just all of a sudden, the times have really fallen off for Jake. So last lap was 41.5. So really struggling out there at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like he's done some damage to his right front tire, and that really kills you here at Auto Club, because once you start wearing one of your front tires off, you have to let the throttle off the corner a little bit, and when you do that, it just kills your straightaway speed.
Torrington Peters having a look on Josh Drinkwater here as well. Got a good run out of 3 and 4. Drive it in a little bit hard and low into 1. I'm not sure he's going to make it stick.
I wouldn't be surprised you see some pit stops here. Just looking at Jake's lap times, I got a sneaky he may be coming in this time round.
Yeah, he did drop 0.2 back again, so 0.3, so much better that lap, so yeah.
No, he stayed out, so I was wrong on that one.
Oh, I think that was Lucas, was it? No, who was that? It was Josh, sorry, getting very, very sideways. Coming out of 4, held on to it. But yeah, you're right, just tyres are starting to scream for a few people out there now. Clyde Whiting as well.
If
Nice
I'm
and
about,
steady.
if I'm around P10, I'm short pitting this and see if I can make up some time on these leaders, because they're getting beat right now a second a lap, and you just can't afford to give up that much time. You'll go a lot down quick.
Josh does like to have a car that slides around quite a bit, and he's just had another big wriggle there. So yeah, we've got a couple of cars coming in this time round, I think.
Not seeing anyone dive to the pits yet. Take it back. Ian
Kench is in. Yep.
Yeah. Rob's really starting to put a bit of pressure on Alves here as well. Just 0.4 of a second, so that gap's come down a bit. It's been slow and steady, but it's there now.
Yeah, it's been about 0.2 a lap for the past 3 laps again. It seems like this is what happens, is Rob starts catching Raul, and Raul starts pushing it a little bit harder, and Raul will pull away a little bit. And then Raul kind of gets to a rhythm, and Rob will start pushing. These 2 cars are really well evenly matched, and I feel like if I'm Rob, I try and guess when Raul pits here, and short pit Raul by a lap or so, and get a good lead. I think if Rob gets the lead, he's got the car that can hold it.
Few other drivers coming down pit lane as well. Josh is in. Anyone else? Pedro Rodriguez also into the pits. So yeah, a few guys now just starting to do that.
Ooh, Josh Drinkwater overshot his pit box a bit there. So Jake's one of the first lead cars to come out here now. It's going to be interesting to see, because it's going to be almost 2 seconds a lap faster than the 2 leaders on fresh rubber. It's a big difference. The undercut is enormous.
Yeah, if I'm Rob here, I pit now, for sure. If it's me, I'm pitting now. I just lost a lot of time to a lap car passing me, and got Jake, who's going to be on fresh tires, making up a ton of time on the leaders.
And he stays out.
Yeah, he don't want to pit the same time Raul does. Raul's got too much of a lead on him now. And he needs to work a little bit of strategy to make up some of this time.
Yeah, I think Rob lost a good bit of time, lost a good chunk of time when Ian Kench came round him coming out of the pits on fresh tyres.
9/10. Anybody else in the pit lane? Everybody else has stayed out, so it's just Jake and Josh, so we'll keep an eye on those. So Ian's being quite patient out there as well with the fresh rubber. You think he could push it through a bit quicker, but letting the leaders just know that he's there before he does anything.
Yeah, if he's trying to be courteous to the leaders. If it's me, I'm Raul, or if I was Rob, I would actually want him to push it and get around me as fast as he can. With him being behind me on fresh tires, I'm watching him, trying not to get in his way because he's so much faster. I'd almost prefer that he would go ahead and go.
Oh, Luigi Spins trying to make his way into the pits. Hasn't brought out a caution. So let's just take a quick look at that back. He'll curse me for spotting it, I'm afraid. But let's take a little look.
Jake's coming to get a lap back here.
Got a bit of traffic. It looks like Rob's into the pits as well. Yeah, he just carried too much speed in, just trying to get the car stopped. Just
Jake has a big slide while going around the outside of Raul there.
Yeah, that got big. Coming off turn 4, Jake took a big slide, and then going into turn 1, Raul blocked him a little bit, trying to keep him from getting too much time, I guess, on him. And when he did, he about ran into the back of Raul, and he had to go up the racetrack. But he's clear Raul now. He's making up a lot of time. Rob's pitted.
yeah, just having a look, see where Jake is now, and if Rob's going to be able to stay out in front. I'm not sure he is. I think Jake's got him comfortably as well. It's going to be by a long, long way. So that early pit stop really.
No,
really
he's still going to come around the lap, yeah.
getting out. I don't think so. My timing screen, he's jumped him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jake took those fresh tires, took advantage of them. He's got about a 3-second, maybe 4-second lead over Rob now. That's what I was saying. And now that Rob's pitted, he's going to make a lot of time on Raul, and he's going to kill Raul for the next few laps. Raul's pitting right now. Rob will have to leave when we come. Well, Jake's going to have to leave, but Rob will be past Raul after this pit stop's finished.
Yeah, just looking at the interval between the two, we're looking at, as actually just Jake just gets by Robinek as well. So it's about 2.5, 3 seconds will be the gap. So that's quite a margin Jake's got there. So keep an eye on Rob and see where he comes out in comparison to Alvis as well.
Raul got in really good. He made a perfect entry into his pit stall. We'll see how that helps him on getting off pit road.
Comes Rob.
So there goes Jake.
And Rob. Gave up a lot of ground there, staying out those extra 2 laps.
Crazy how much it is, really.
Jake's running 40s and Rob is running 39.5. So Rob will catch Jake really quick here. Raul will not catch Rob as fast. Rob will be about maybe a 10th slower per lap for these first few laps than Raul. But that really is going to work well for Rob. We'll see how Raul is able to catch up to him. I feel like Jake might have pitted too early.
Yeah, I think from here, even if it was to stay green the rest of the way, it's 2 more stops will get it done though, won't it? So for everyone, I think. Although I don't know with Jake, that might be a bit close. Might have to really push a stint out to make that work.
Look how lap time Raul gets here compared to Rob. Raul ran a 39.560. Rob ran a 39.740, but he's working lap traffic right now.
You see the difference on the rubber there as well. I mean, this is one of the hardest things with the build the way it is now, is that when you do short pit, you've got to come out, you've got to use that advantage so carefully, because you'll come up on cars, especially mid-corner, you come up on slower cars so quickly.
Raul just splicing his way through the traffic. The one best thing as well when you got yourself a nice set of fresh boots.
Yeah,
Raul
actually beat
lap
Rob
as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
39.4.
Raul beat Rob by almost a second. Around 0.8 of a second that last lap. I was not expecting him to beat him that much this early into the run. It's only a lap difference on the tires. Rob could have hit lap traffic. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's got a clear track now. I think he did just clear Rodriguez, so would make some sense. A little recap of where the top 10 is sitting. Still a few drivers yet to pit. Who we got out there? Top 3 haven't pit. So Lucas Fit and Christian. Jake, we know, pitted early. He will get net P1 when everything filters out.
Ooh.
Actually moves up to 3rd now. And then who else
Luigi
have
and
we
Christian
got?
nearly got to get there as I got Rob coming up on the back of him now.
I'm interested if Rob is trying to save tires so that when Raul catches him, he'll still have something to keep up with Raul, or if he's used his tires up. I'm also interested to see if Raul's doing the same thing, if he's still trying to save a little bit of tire while catching Rob. His lap times the way they are, I don't think he is. I think he's pushing it as hard as he can right now.
I'm not sure Rob ever actually does really use his tires up. I mean, we've had league races over the years where, you know, a couple of us have put him under as much pressure as we possibly can. And you can get by him, you can overtake him, and it just doesn't seem to ever ruffle him. I don't know what his body temperature is. Yeah, the body temperature of an average human being is supposed to be like 37 degrees. I'm pretty sure with Rob it's 37 degrees, but it's Fahrenheit.
Having a little look further back just to see if we can see anything else going on. A few drivers we haven't covered. Steve Barsby and Corrington Peters. Those guys are actually separating at the moment. Peters looking very quick. Losing in about 4/10 on Clyde Whiting as well. So that won't take too long before that battle starts to heat up. Martin way down in 15th place. So yeah, just not a strong car this week at all. So Lit Racing team really struggling. We've got Lucas into the pits as well now. Very late stop for him. Still a few people out there. Vit Solomon, he's yet to pit, you know. So he's really getting the life out of those tyres. And we're lapping in the 42s now, so the fall off is pretty extreme.
Yeah,
Of course, this is the interesting thing now. You've got Jake effectively just overtaking Vit Solomon for the lead of the race, and Vit staying out means that
he's good, you know. He's good for one more stop, isn't he? Two more stops at this point. Same as everybody else.
He'll have 2 stops to make, whereas all the cars currently overtaking him will still be looking at
2 stops as well.
2, potentially 3.
Yeah, Jake maybe a 3, but I certainly think Rob and Raul can do it in 2. So, but here he is, right on their tail. You know, if he hits next lap, that will get him that. If we go green the whole way, I mean, losing a lot of ground now.
I don't think you can afford to. I don't think you can afford to stay out on a full fuel run. Like, no matter when it is, it's just not going to pay off for you, I don't think.
The top 3, all of a sudden, they're right together. 0.7 of a second separate all of them. Race is well and truly back on. Green flag pit stops and different strategies all playing out right now. Interestingly, complete reverse order on tyre life as well, so always good for us.
Man, that was close off turn 4. Between Rob and Raul.
It's funny, we've got these 3 guys having a proper fight, and then behind them you've got Aaron Maspero, who's probably sitting there screaming, "Give me a caution! For God's sake, give me a caution!"
Wow, that was close.
Ooh. Raul working the outside, Jake on the inside.
Man, that was close just now.
That's
I
a
thought
great
Jake was going to push up into him.
Yeah, that's great racing from all 3 of them there as well. So
That lets Rob pull away just about a little bit as well. If I'm the leaders, I think I pit around...
I'm thinking if I'm like, Rob and
65?
Raul, yeah, exactly, sort of around there. I mean, what do? They did about 33, 34, wasn't it, the last time? So, yeah, I'm thinking somewhere along that again. So 65, 66 would be ideal.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That gives you a chance to go to about lap 90, 95, and then you're going to a shorter run at the end.
I would say 63. Do 63 here. Hit it again around lap 95. Like I have around 30 to 35 lap runs every time. I think that'll some work out, and that'll be the winning pit strategy. Now that Raul's caught Rob has picked up his times a little bit. They're running about the same. Raul a little bit quicker still.
Christian into the pits as well. That's his first stop, so he's gone really long on that. Definitely will be able to just do it with the one more stop after that if it stays green. Lucas as well closing in on drink water here, so last time by some 0.6 of a second quicker. Oh, Josh, very squirrely are coming off of 4 there. Manages to hold on to it though, not making it easy for Lucas at all.
Some damage front there on Josh's car as well. I think he's giving himself a mouthful of concrete at some point.
Lead change as well. Alvis goes into 1.
Rob, until let him have it. He had to run through the middle. I thought Rob was going to go at his outside, but Rob checked up and just let Raul have it, I believe. He wants to just run his own race.
I think Rob got a little touch of the wall coming out of turn 2 as well there.
Merest of touches, I think, if anything.
Yeah. A mere scrape.
I believe if I'm Rob, I use my stuff up. I'm gonna push it pretty hard here for the next 10 laps. But Raul don't make up too much time.
Talked about Martin earlier on being way down in 15th place. Well, that's changed somewhat now. Finds himself in 8th, so moving up the order at the moment. Got enough
He's
pace
working
in the
his way up,
car.
isn't he?
Yeah. Looking at the lap times, I can't see him going too much further at the moment. The driver directly ahead of him, which is 18 car of Lucas, is flying with a last lap was a 40.2. So there's and that's because he's pitted for a second time as well. So we missed that one. First driver to have made a second stop, and he's flying out there right now.
Yeah, Rob's just getting held up a little bit there.
I believe the track has heated it up from the cars running on the track. I believe Raul's car has really gotten a lot better, and I'm sure Raul made an adjustment on that first pit stop to make his car a little faster as well, because right now, even though there's only a few laps difference, Raul is really, really fast. If he's running 40.8s and Rob's running 41.0s, and that's a big gap for just 2 laps difference on tires.
I'm not so sure though. I think Rob got held up a little bit going through 3 and 4 there by the lap car, and look at his exit was a lot lower. It certainly looks like he was compromised slightly. I think he's going to be back on level terms a little more this time round. Yeah, 40.969, 40.974.
You couldn't have called that any more perfect, could you, really? I mean, there's literally, 5 thousandths of a second between them that lap, so crazy.
It's not my first day.
Just looking back at P10 and 9th place as well, that's Josh again with Alessandro, so Josh car's just a handful at the minute. You can see it again off of 3 and 4, just all over the shot as he's getting on the power. He's driving the car hard and not appreciating it too much out there.
We give Josh perfect setups every single week, and he still manages to make them sideways off the corner. I have no idea how he does it, or how he holds onto it when it's, or how he holds onto it when it's that wild.
He's just trying to scare Alessandro here, isn't he? So get him to back off a bit, but he throws it up the inside of 3 and completes the pass. Oh no, he doesn't! They both hit the wall hard. Oh, just about holds onto it. Does Drinkwater? Here comes
He's determined to win the Style Points Award, isn't he?
It's a back marker just unlapping himself. So.
Those two really hit the wall
Alessandro, I
hard.
think he's going to come into the pits as well, because he's really checked up slow here. Drinkwater's coming back past. Oh, they nearly make contact on the back stretch there as well. So all kicking off between.
Oh, there is a bit of door action there.
Any minute now you can see this, can't you? It's going to happen. There he goes. Oh, pit.
No, saves it again.
Oh, jeez, that is an epic save.
That's
So
right
the
in
leader's
front of our
coming back up
leaders.
to him now. This is not what Raul and Rob would want to be seeing in front of him.
I'm just gonna pop that back on replay. Jump into the cockpit and see that from on board with Josh, because that's a monster save. That car was pretty much perpendicular to the track there. Just
Yeah,
see,
he's
just
gonna have
gets
been
on the
there.
gas. Oh, he's having it. Oh, he's all over the shop with the wheel.
He's going to
That
be
is-
working that wheel, isn't he?
That is a save. Those rears are done, but that is a save and a half.
He needs a pit here. He's so loosed it.
I mean, 44 last lap, so you're right.
He better come on in and get some tires where he wrecks that car. I believe we're about 10 laps away from pits here. If I'm Rob, I think I short pitted again here. I think I'm going to short pit Raul a little bit and try and make up some more time. He just lost a lot of time this run.
Yeah, he had a little bit more traffic in the, how he was filtering through, didn't he, as well, which I think perhaps cost him a little bit of time. So the pack is far more spread out now, so you have to think if he comes in now, or in a couple of laps time and gets a few more laps, maybe 3 or 4 laps, and clear track, and he might be able to get far enough ahead this time that the separation between the two of them at the end of the run is maybe in Rob's favour. So got to start thinking strategy, especially when there's this much separation, because
Oh,
he
yeah,
goes.
out.
I'm afraid to say it's the man we thought it was going to be.
Yep, that's Josh.
We knew that was coming, and we said he needed to get in. Those tyres were cooked, and he just insisted on trying to hold it out there, and it didn't work. Have a look. I think it's going to be off of. Off of 2. We held on to it. Oh, and then it just, as he got on the gas again down the straight, car just jinked to the right on the racing line. Brings out the yellow.
I was about to say as well that the Kim Jong-il I'm So Rongri award was definitely going to be awarded to Aaron Maspero, because I think he was sat in P4 10 seconds back with no one anywhere near him. And along comes a pretty fortuitous yellow that ties it all up quite nicely again.
Matt, just wonder if you can clarify what lucky dog rules are and things like that in this series. Have you got a confirmation on that rule?
Not 100% sure if there's anything slightly different for the series, but the iRacing Lucky Dog is the first car that is a lap down that is not involved in any incident is the one that gets the free pass
Yeah,
and is then able to pit.
I I wonder if the admins are doing anything different at all.
I'm gonna be honest with you here, guys. I think Raul might have a penalty coming. He passed the pace car getting on pit road.
Yeah, he's 2.8 seconds ahead there as well. So, well, we'll see. Will it hold him, or will it be a drop to the back?
It'll be a drop to the back penalty.
Yep.
Actually, it'll be a green flag penalty, black flag.
He's just disappeared off of the
There he is.
for a
He's back.
second. He's staying in the pit lane as well, so
Yeah, he got black flag. I'm sure
Yeah,
he's
it's a
gonna let
hold,
everyone
isn't it?
go. No, it's not a hold penalty. It's a green flag penalty for that. What he's going to do, he's going to let everybody go and just pit from the back of the pack so that he don't have to pass everyone.
But he's available for a little chat. We could grab him, I suppose, and have a quick word.
I'm not sure you'd want to at the moment. It might be unbroadcastable. That's great. Go on, torture him.
Let me pop my head in there, see if he's okay for a quick chat. Hi mate, looks like you're having a lot of fun out there right now, until the pit entry, that is. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, the race is going good. I'm just having some technical difficulties at the moment, so I think I might be going about a lap or two down right now. But the race is fun. It's going good. I'm enjoying racing with Rob right now. Just see how it goes here till the end.
We thought for a moment you might have come in a little bit hot on the pit stop. Isn't that not the case? Just something else going on at the moment?
Yeah, I'm just having a little issues right now at the moment. I don't know what's kind of going on.
Obviously we've gone this many laps on the green, first yellow. Pack separated out pretty nicely. It was a great race up until now. I mean, is that what you expected?
I was hoping it would go green the whole way, to be honest with you, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But I've had a lot of fun, to be honest with you.
Well, I hope to see you back on track in a second. I'll leave you with it, mate, and move you back down. But yeah, thanks for popping in just to have a quick chat.
All right, man. Thank you.
I'm always curious when it's technical difficulties. We only just had that chat off air, didn't we, earlier on, about
Yes,
what technical difficulties could be. So, but he's back underway. He is a lap down. So Matt, you must be pretty happy, man, at the moment. Looking at the race order.
Yeah, I think you've got to be reasonably comfortable and confident with that, haven't you? It's all up in the box seats. We've just got to be sensible now and hope they don't throw it away. Josh had a good go at throwing it away, but yeah, it's a shame to lose Raul like that, for definite. I think that's taken the edge off it a little bit. They're having a really good scrap at the front there, but I think Rob, Jake, Aaron... I think the two Lucases are going to be interesting as well. And Kappel's worked his way up to P6, so he's right up there now, so we'll be interested to see if he's been sandbagging early on at all.
Just got a message from Raul. His Windows updater popped up on him, and he had to stop it before it restarted his computer.
Oh God! Oh nightmare! Well, a sim racing for you, I suppose.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Let's embrace the pain. At least it
Oh,
wasn't.
yeah.
At least it
Real
wasn't an
world, you can
ignition
have,
problem or something like that.
Real world, you can have electrical, magnetic, or ignition issues and things like that, and here we have Windows issues.
Yeah. I'd like to see how he comes through the pack here, trying to get first car one lap down.
Here we go then.
Yeah, he's already 3 wide. 4 wide. 4 wide right here.
Oh dear.
I think Doug's following him through there.
Needs to get to the front quickly. Wants that lap back.
I don't think
Man,
he'll have too many
Drinkwater
problems
is
doing that.
loose. Drinkwater's still very loose off turn 2.
I think that's just how he drives, honestly. He's running the same. I know he's running the same setup as the guys in front, so it's not the car.
Gonna watch this back and be sick of us going. He's loose.
That car's spinning off turn 4.
No, he's just blinking. I think that's just a connection thing.
Yeah, I don't see anyone slow.
Ian Kinch.
Oh,
no,
Ian,
off
yeah.
turn 4.
Yeah, there's a
Just
different
before-
one.
Spun into pit entry. He driving back onto the track at the minute. Let's get it going.
Raul's already worked his way up to 4th car on the track.
Yeah, I think he's going to get his lap back the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, he's on an absolute mission.
Oh, just jinx one way to the next. Oh, gets squeezed a little bit down low. And runs in and very, very hot. He's around. Caution is out.
Oh, that's a big incident.
Takes out Jake. I think it's a... I have to call that as I see that. I know he's extremely quick, and I know Jake is trying to have a fight, but I did feel I don't think he needed to squeeze him down low as much. You know, he's a back marker. Could have just let him have at it. He's still in 3rd place. I'm a bit surprised he squeezed him there.
Yeah, just let him go. There's no reason to race him there. Just let him go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That may be a bit of...
Yeah, if they're racing for position, I can see they're trying to hold on to it, especially this early in the run. But you know, with him being a lap down, and you know, he knows that the car's quick. Got a lot of work to do, hasn't he? Still to get there. Worry about it the next time round. But yeah.
Yeah, he held Raul on the apron, and Raul had to enter the corner low, and he got him loose, and he got up into Jake.
Actually, I think the two of them just overcooked the entry completely.
I mean, they were still side by side going in, weren't they? You know, they could have done it, but you're right. At that point, they'd just sort of committed themselves that low that you're right. They just steamed in, and there was nothing. There was nothing they could do.
I think they're just having their own little battle about whether they can come up off the track or not. But they've completely overcooked the entry in doing that, and just gone in way too deep.
Rob stayed out, and everybody else. Well, not everyone else, but a good portion of them ducked back in. Aaron's in, Lucas. Both Lucases are in. Alessandro's in. Doug stayed out? Yeah, Doug stayed out as well, but there's an awful lot of drivers into the pits right now.
Yeah, from looking at it, I don't think they overcooked the corner. What happened was Raul's halfway on the apron, halfway on the track, and he's pinching him down, and Raul don't want to hit him in the door, but Raul can't hit that, the pit exit there is kind of like on the apron a little bit. If you clip that cone, it's a black flag, so Raul's got to try and get up a little bit. When he does that, he gets halfway on the apron, halfway on the track. It gets him loose, and he's trying to save it, so he starts pulling up the track some, and he's trying to keep it off of Jake, then his rear end hits Jake, and then they both start sliding towards the wall.
Yeah, once they get stuck together, there's just nothing either of them can do there, is it? So it's one-way trip. It's unfortunate. Both obviously had good cars, and I think they were going to be there at the end, even with Raul being down a lap. So
Yeah, it's a strange one. I'm not sure what that's about, really.
I believe that hands this race to Rob now. Just nobody else really has the car to handle Rob at all.
Load of other people ducking into the pits.
That's on both drivers. To me,
Yeah.
Raul being a lot down could have checked up, knowing that it's not gonna be good entering turn one like that. At the same time, no reason why Jake would pinch him down either. So both drivers just not using their head there.
No, that's what I mean. That's kind of a strange incident. There's no reason to be that, and there's no reason for Raul to be going that aggressively down the inside like that. I mean, I know it's not. He says it's not that aggressive, but that just seemed a bit needless. I mean, he was going to get lucky dog. He was the first car a lap down. He's never going to drive round the first three cars and then drive round them again for a complete lap that way. So, just patience on both sides, but just bizarre. Not sure. Really don't understand that one. That's why I wonder if there was some niggle earlier on or something, or something that we've missed that maybe was a bit of the heads weren't as cool as they should have been on there.
I didn't see anything.
I know Raul hates getting blocked from racing Raul in the past. Like, he hates getting blocked. Jake blocked him off turn 4, and I'm sure that made Raul mad. And so he just was set on passing him into one, and Jake just held him down. And
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's a strange. There we go. Anyway, it's to try and understand the mind of a racing driver is an almost impossible thing, isn't it? Even a virtual one. I think it's still prone to the red mist as the real guys are.
Yeah.
right.
I don't understand mine at the best of times, even when I'm racing. What the hell am I doing most of the time?
That's I just wonder if there was something from when Jake stayed out earlier on and did that short pit and got in front. Was there something in the overtakes there, or something that we didn't see that had agitated or rankled that meant that when he did have a run like that, that was why he kept him down on the apron? I know, people do tend to retaliate a little bit that way, but that's just a strange thing to do otherwise.
I did notice that Jake used himself as a pick to help Rob keep the lead for a little bit there. But even I don't think that was what caused that.
No.
Like, helping your teammate out is kind of racing. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I don't know.
That's not help. The thing is, that's not helping your teammate out.
Yeah.
That doesn't help anybody, that just puts you out of the race, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't help anyone.
No, I'm talking about during that pit cycle, Raul and Rob was passing Jake, and Jake blocked Raul 3 or 4 times down the back straightaway after he let Rob go, and
Yeah, maybe.
that could have had something to do with it, but I don't think so, because they raced each other clean after that. I don't know.
Won't dwell anymore because pace car is just ducked in. Doug really up high. Alessandro there in what is now 4th place. Come really from nowhere after that as well, so good restart from him.
That was a strange restart. I wonder why he was so high coming in the straightaway like that.
Yeah, I wonder if he wanted to give Aaron the spot as well. Of course, they're all teammates. We've got someone sideways behind. Just saw him off the edge of the edge of camera. I can't see anyone who's slow. He must have saved it.
Yeah, strange one. That's another. Well, I'm not privy to the conversations they're having, so I don't know what's going on. But normally, the only reason you run up that high on a restart is if you're worried about the guy behind you being able to jump and get a run at you on the outside, because you can obviously pass the car in front on the high side. But
yeah, I was thinking maybe he had some damage, but he's holding pace here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of strange. A lot of strange things here in the past 5 minutes of this race.
It's kind of lost the plot a little bit, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Martin Keppel, up to P5 as well. It's not going to do his championship any harm whatsoever, is it? So,
He's liking this. He's sitting P6 right now. Going for P5. He's liking it.
I mean, you don't have to win them all, do you? That's for sure. So, good, solid, consistent finishes. I know we're really early in the season to be start talking about championship and things like that, but you got to have a good start, and you got to be able to, he's given himself something that he can build on. So Lucas Buller having connection problems out there as well. Hopefully that'll sort itself out.
That's not what you'd want to see in your rearview mirror, is it?
No, or in front of you as well.
Yeah.
As we start talking about Martin hits the wall for turn 4.
Isn't that like the second time he's done that?
Yeah, he
This
caught it
race
pretty
as
good
well.
again.
Every time we talk about him, makes a little mistake. Josh,
Yeah, his ears start burning.
drink water as well. Closing in on Barsby at the moment.
We got a race for Lydia Arian Maspero. Just past Rob. And done it pretty easily, to be honest.
Just missed that actually. Let's just drop that back. There's two separate races going on out there really at the moment. You've got the guys on the lead lap, and then everybody else just one lap down. We have a look at Aaron going for it. Yeah, nicely done. Through 3, gets good drive off. Yeah, Matt, so I just want to touch on, like I just said a minute ago, obviously 2 separate races with the guys, all battling it out, 1 lap down. Really, I guess, from their point of view, they just need to get to the front of this little pack, don't they, so they get the lucky dog next time.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, the first car that's a lap down, if there's another caution, is the one that's going to be getting the free pass and the wave round back onto lead lap. And the ability, more importantly, the ability to stop and gain tyres when you do so. The other guys that will get a lap back if they stay out, but of course then you're trying to stay out and run round at the back of the pack on 15-20 lap old tyres, which is borderline impossible at the moment. So it's all these cars are lap down to be fighting each other just every bit as hard, if not harder, than the guys up front.
Just saw Corrington Peters making up a space as well, or a place, moves up to 8th. Front 3, 4, all pretty tight actually, it's fair to say. Just 1.6 seconds covers them. Our co-commentator can join us back in the booth. He's yeah, must be a bit frustrated with that, mate. Just tell us about the incident from your point of view. We've sort of debated it in here and couldn't really make head nor tail of it.
Yeah, first of all, there was no way I was even gonna get under him. He got really loose off of 4, and I had a massive run on him, and he tried to block me down to the apron, and I had to come up eventually. It had nothing to do with being aggressive. If I would have stayed in the apron, I would have hit that green cone, and I would have got a black flag. So I had to come up, and he gave no room. We barely touched, and then he got to the back of me and held it wide open and just completely just finished wrecking me. And then he decided to drive backwards and blow my motor that way too. So I met up with him and I talked to him, and I guess he didn't like the way that I passed him earlier. I guess when he had old tires, he said that I could have been more patient, but I didn't think I did anything. So I guess he was mad at me for something I did earlier. I guess I'm not allowed to pass people.
Well, it's unfortunate. We couldn't really make out. And Matt, actually, you alluded to perhaps it was something off camera that we hadn't seen, and I think that sort of
that was the only
confirms
explanation
it.
I had, was that somebody had done something that we hadn't seen, which had upset someone, because otherwise it made no sense whatsoever. And I still don't really understand what. Well, yeah, there we go. I sympathise with you, put it that way.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but he did it intentional. I mean, he pretty much admitted to it that he wasn't gonna let me by, and it was actually earlier in the race when Rob was gonna pass him, and I had a run on both of them, and I was gonna make it 3 wide. Um, that was really it. That's the only thing I couldn't even think of. But he admitted that he did it on purpose. He said he wasn't gonna give me any room, and I don't know what else I can say. Just move on, I guess. I don't know the guys.
That's a very un-Jake
whatever.
thing to do. Is all I can say on that.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of guy that we normally expect from him.
Oh well, we will move on from that and leave it up to the admins to deal with. It's their issue. It's not our job to debate that. Yeah, all I can really just say is such a shame.
We're sorry
You know
to
what I mean?
lose you from the race.
Yeah, because it was the race was really going to be interesting to see you coming through as well. So
I mean, I'm here for fun. I was really wanting to get the lap back the hard way, and I was wanting to pass Rob. And that way I didn't have the lucky dog. I had a strategy going, and I actually believe if it would have gone green, I could have snagged a top 5 and possibly caught Rob. I was taking it easy the first run. I wasn't showing everything I possibly had, so it was going to be fun, but I mean, we can't control everything, I guess.
No, we're pretty sure you get another yellow at some point anyway. And this is European stock cars after all. I'm pretty sure there will be another caution before the end.
Yeah, I was just pushing myself and just pushing it over the limit, but I don't know what Jake was doing. I don't, like I said, I don't know who he is, and he just did that. I mean, like I said, if I didn't come up, I would have hit that cone, and it would have actually been a worse wreck. But we'll just, I guess, move on and just enjoy watching the race.
We should also say we don't have the right of reply from Jake at the moment, so it's not like we have to kind of step ourselves out of that one, unfortunately.
yeah, absolutely. Right, thanks, mate. You entertained us a whole bunch during that race. Yeah, and just have to watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll be rooting for Rob. I think Rob will definitely win this race.
I don't know. Don't where they come from. Aaron is flying right now.
Yeah, good pace as well. So, looking at what they were doing this time in the last stint, so definitely looks like he's found a comfort in the car that he perhaps didn't have in the first stint. Rob was good though towards the latter half of the first stint, and that's really where he started to pull away from Jake and his other teammates the last one as well. So that's what Aaron's going to have to deal with, I think. Lucas Buller and Pickering going side by side as well. This battle's been going on for a little while. I think it's just really Buller just can't quite get the move completed. And all of a sudden it's him that's under actual bit of pressure now as well. Slips back a further place. Great little 3-car battle actually forming up now. These guys lapping. Yeah, they're a little bit slower actually than the leaders, so I think going there.
Yeah, I feel spreading out a bit again at the moment. It's turning into a bit of a 2-car race at the front. You got these 3 behind, and then there's another decent sized gap behind that.
Yeah, the rest of the pack just completely spread out really. It's all about the battle for 4th, and you got battle for 3rd, and then of course the front 2 running within a few hundredths of each other every lap at the moment. Do you think just Rob's playing a bit of a patient game out there at the moment, just saving his tyres, waiting to see what his teammates doing?
Yeah, he could be. I mean, he just could be a case of trying to strap the anchors onto the back of him and see if he can drag him round a bit. But I don't know. I've seen these two have some proper on pace. There's not an awful lot between them. You're talking a cigarette paper between them. So It wouldn't surprise me to see this go all the way to the end with it being literally trading thousandths of a second.
I'm still expecting one pit stop, even if it goes green all the way. So definitely some strategy that can play out in this. Just heard some sort of contact somewhere. I'm not sure where it was. So, and caution's out
Caution's
as well.
out.
Josh again. Take a look. He's been struggling all race long as well. Car's a little bit battered up and not having much fun out there. Looks like he's going to lose. Yeah, out of 4,
Yeah,
big time. Everybody avoids
He's
him.
actually alt-tabbed himself as well, trying to get out to stop the yellow from coming out on that. But unfortunately, just not quite quick enough. Well, this makes it interesting because now we've got a 40-lap run to the end. Just about, so the temptation now is to fill the thing up and try not to stop.
Yeah,
Well,
you're gonna have to.
I wonder if there'll be people who do try that, or if we'll have like we had at Atlanta, where guys will, you know, put a full whack of fuel in and just do some tyres, or just put a short fuel it and some tyres, and make sure they break up this run. Who knows?
I think if I'm a car about halfway through the field, I short pit this after 20 laps, break it in half. If I'm Rob or Aaron, they've had really good speed on long runs. If I'm them, I just stay out for the whole run because they don't fall off nowhere near as much as a lot of these other guys are falling off.
Load of drivers staying out as well. Want to try and get their laps back if they can. It's been a fairly short run. When was the last time we had the caution? Well, about 10, 15 ago? Wasn't long ago, was it? So
No.
tyres probably they're not going to be great, but at least they'll be able to get back on the lead lap. If there's another caution right now, they'll be laughing. And they pretty much are as they were coming off pit road.
Actually, Rob edges him out.
Yep.
Okay, we're looking at around 42 from here. Oh no, we're looking more than that. We're looking at 47 laps to the end.
I'm sat here frantically trying to work it out on my calculator.
Apparently none of us passed maths.
No, we didn't.
It was not a subject I was any good at in school, and
It's
that
37
I'm a civil
laps.
engineer is in no way, shape, or form a representation of my ability to do things in my head.
I bet the whole YouTube community is shouting us right now. Yeah, 37 laps it is, so.
Yeah, they need to stay out. They need to run the whole full run. There's no point of short pitting it. The fall off isn't great enough. If Rod pits with 20 to go, he's not going to catch the leaders. It's the fall off isn't good enough.
Might as well give it a shout now as well. Welcome everybody who's tuned in on iRacing Live. It's been a busy night over on over there at the moment. I think they had the I think it was GES and the BSR Kia World Series as well. So as we were the third one to kick off. We were in number 3 slot for the night, but yeah, it's just us left. So yeah, thank you everybody who's tuning in. If you haven't, don't know what the series is. It's the European Stock Car Series. Lap 89 of 125 has been a pretty exciting race so far. I don't think there's going to be a clear-cut winner today, that's for sure. We have our favourites in the booth.
No idea what you mean.
Matt's just shouting for everyone out there. I'm trying to stay impartial. Looks like a lot of cars are back on the lead lap as well, so yeah, that opens it up a little bit more for the mid-pack as well, which is great to see. Although I think they're going to hope and pray that we have another caution pretty quickly.
I'm confident they will.
Cautions breed cautions.
They do indeed. As Rob got Aaron and nipped Aaron again in the pit stops there.
Yes, he did.
I don't know how he does that. He does it to us constantly in league races. You can overtake him on track, and the next thing you know, he'll get a 12.5 second pit stop and overtake you in the pits.
It's all about how you get into your box.
However he does it, he's got it nailed.
Yeah, if you get into the middle of your box, that's when you get the quickest time. It does make a difference. We might not have any men around us working, giving us a guide of where we need to pit, but yeah, there is a sweet spot, that's for sure. Here we go then. Will it be the final time the green flag comes out? We're not sure. But we're racing here again at California.
And they're 3 wide going into turn 1. We wondered if Alessandro had anything for later in the race, didn't we? And he's working that high line again.
Yeah, he's still there, isn't he? Every restart at the moment. He doesn't seem to have quite such great long run as he had at Atlanta, but car does look good. Warrington Peters side by side with Christian here as well, just a bit further back. That's for 8th and 9th. You can already tell the drivers that stayed out and didn't pit already dropping off. Roberneck and Rob Earthling there as well. Got a nice little battle.
Doug looking again down the inside of Alessandro towards turn 3 yet.
I tell you, Alessandro definitely loves the high line, no matter where he is. He always seems to get great drive off of them. Doug, though, very nicely done. Lucas having a look, he wants a piece of that action too. On the inside of Alessandro, he'll pick up P4 after that. Front 2 just scampering away at the moment. Last time by, they were some 0.6 of a second quicker than Doug, so not holding back at all.
Yeah, Aaron looks like he's pulling some little bit of time back on Rob again, yeah?
Alessandro got up into the wall.
One thing I'll say about
Doug, time, sorry.
Doug will always play a longer game. It's very much in the way he drives that he's happy to sit and be very patient early in a run. And he won't panic in any way, shape or form about the pace that these two guys in front of him have got. He'll just sit and run and look after his tyres, look after his car. It's the last 10 or 15 laps where you see Doug come back at him. So be interested to see if he can stay close enough to the two front guys to do that this time.
Just going to say, Cody, any signs if you can see anyone just shaping it up to go the long way, or anyone trying to push, maybe gonna have a stop?
Not that I can see. I think everybody's intent on just running this race out the way we are. I don't see nobody trying to burn their tires off and break this into halves. I just don't think it's going to pay off for anyone. If you really fall off bad on the long run, it may help you a little bit, but I don't think so.
Just jump on board with Aaron. Rob pulled out to about 0.8 of a second now, so really just Aaron has a bit of a moment coming off of 2 there. But yeah, Rob just pushing a little bit harder in this stint than what we saw the last one. Perhaps was just intent on saving his tyres. Now he knows he doesn't need to.
Yeah, Aaron will run a car that's more loose than Rob, so it's not a surprise to see his car moving around so much. And that's just it's just driver preference really, and different strategy and different ways to go with the sound.
E4 and 5 starting to get a little closer together as well. Last time there was nothing between them lap times as well, so we've seen this all race long actually, just that bit of separation everybody seems to get, and that's why we've had some reasonably long green runs.
Yeah, as of right now, the way the field looks, not too many battles going on. It's looking like a green flag run to the end. We could see some cars getting loose at the end of this run, but it's been going on all day long.
Peters up the inside. Try and make that move to get P8. Oh.
This is just one of those places you wish would race a bit more like it does in real life, isn't it? Oh, it's so good to see people up against the wall and run in the middle and.
Yeah, when they get it, do you know what I mean? When they get it right, it's going to be awesome. I think they're working hard on it. I won't bash them too much, but
oh no,
yeah, it's just not right there now, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's a whole lot of fun, but yeah, once we start seeing the races take the shape what we can watch in real life, then yeah, it's going to be epic.
I mean, you will see. There are tracks in the year that you'll see where the high line works as well, if not better than the low line. You know, we get to Kansas, that's a high line track. We get to Charlotte, there's a high line in 1 and 2 that works. Kentucky, there's a middle lane that'll work, and as well as the low lane. So there, you know, it's very much is a development thing, and it's something that's getting better and better and better all the time. This dynamic track.
Yeah, there's speed on the high side at Auto Club if you work it perfectly, but not the very, very high side. It's like maybe the second, third lane. You can have a little bit of speed there, but your fast guys are going to be on the bottom when it comes to this track. The turns are just so wide that the high line is just too far around the track to make it work right. You do hold more speed running up there. It don't pay off. The turn's just too wide.
A championship leader going for a move, puts himself into P6. Strong result again today. Just I don't want to curse him too much, but it looks like Christian trying to get back underneath. Just wants that clean run, I think, today. You know, he just wants a nice strong finish. Going to help him big time in the championship. I mean, his closest rivals, obviously, his teammates not here, And Lucas Buller, he's a few places up on the road, so if he can just keep that down to, you know, 1 or 2 places, it's not going to matter too much. He's some 9 points ahead of him in the championship, so... Pickering just falling off a little bit, Matt, now as well. Last time by sort of a good 3/10 off of Rob, 2/10 off of Aaron, and actually starting to fall back into the clutches of Lucas behind him as well.
Yeah, we've seen this in the last couple of runs. Lucas seems to have a car that does work late on in the run. Well, both Lucases seem to have a car that does work late on in the run. They struggled a little early on, but it's come back to him later. Martin Kappel as well is another one who, the longer the run to have got.
Yeah, he's having a fair bit of fun out there with Christian at the moment. Those guys are changing positions all over the shop. They're being closed in by Corentin Peters as well. That's Martin's teammate, of course, so he's not going to try anything. Give his teammate some time to see if he can get a move completed on Christian. Down there, he's had it past, but every time he's done it, Christian's just been able just to get a great exit at the very next corner, and thank you very much, and straight back through. Oh, Martin very, very close to the wall there for a moment. I just thought for 1 second he was going to just try and carry too much speed out of there.
Yeah, he's been flirting with that wall all day long.
And it pretty much every time we start to talk about him as well. It's almost like he knows.
That's where it goes.
If he's watching it, turn it off, turn it down, you don't need to know.
They've obviously got somebody watching the live stream for him, and quick, you're on TV, do something spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are having a lot of fun out there actually at the moment. Front few is just sort of separating out. Doug's still under a little bit of pressure. Stick with this battle. Jump on board with Christian. Back up the inside again. So. Driving for Team Superior Light. Christian, new to the series as well, I've just been told, so doing a great job out there.
Yeah, you can't argue with the job he's doing at all. Keeping it in a straight line, looking really solid.
Doug Pickering losing a place to Lucas as well. I think that's been a bit of a long time coming. Does get a good run though. Will he have a look? Oh, he thought about it.
I'm not sure he's got enough left in the car to do anything about it there. I think
constantly Lucas 0.2 of a second quicker as well. He's quicker than Aaron ahead of him, so he's got 3.5 seconds to find, and I just can't see him doing that. He's only a 10th quicker, so I think Aaron's pretty safe as long as the fall off doesn't amplify up a little bit here. And Cody, I think you're right as well. I think they're in it for the long haul. No one trying anything fancy. They'd have already been in if they tried it.
Yeah, they would have been in 2 laps ago if they was trying to do any kind of pit strategy. It's just going to be a straight up who can hold their tires the longest.
That said, I think Clyde Whiting did come in actually, so one driver throwing a bit of a curveball, see if he can move up. Nothing to lose. It's a great little battle now between Christian, Gomez, Martin and Quarantine here as well. So that's for 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. They're exchanging positions all over the place at the minute. Gomez definitely got the quickest car though. He's come from the back of that pack to the front. Last time by a 41.1. But Christian once again, he just keeps getting that drive off the corner. As soon as someone gets him, he just gets them straight back. Yeah, he's not quite able to take the speed in. Side by side through 3. Who will get the best exit on 4?
That's why he's doing such a good job with that car, though. I mean, he knows that he's a little bit down on centre corner speed, but he's just maximising his entries, maximising his exits, and that makes him so difficult for anybody to get past.
Yeah, there's two ways to look at it when you're off pace. You can make your exit speed as quick as possible. If you do that, it's a lot harder for them to get around you down the straightaway, and it makes it a lot harder for the guy to get around you. If you just try and drive the car hard when your car is not handling good, you're just gonna mess up your exit speed, and it's gonna let the car around you a lot easier. If you're able to maximize the exit speed, it's just really annoying because you know you're faster than that car, but you just can't get around them. They're just hauling too much straightaway speed.
The final podium spot as well, starting to shape up, if you would.
Yeah, I did wonder if maybe after Lucas had got past Doug, if Doug would be able to hang on to the back of him and just rest his tyres a little bit and come back at him at the end, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, 0.6 of a second separating them, and he was a 1/10 of a second quicker that lap as well. And actually, Lucas Buller was closing in, but unfortunately he dropped off a little bit that lap as well. I really wanted to see that start to shape up. Marcus Hagman here just going through on Alessandro. Definitely way down on long run pace compared to last week's race for him. So just dropping back now. Everybody's doing what they've done. A few extra people gone in for a pit stop now as well. They find themselves all a lap down.
The last lap, Fausto got into the wall really hard, and it gave up a lot of time. Martin got passed, and to move Martin up to P7. Rob he is just setting pace now. He's got a 2.6 second lead.
Yeah, consistently 3/10 of a second faster now as well up front, so very comfortable.
It's just, like I said, you can't put him under pressure. It just doesn't work. You can run next to him, you can run up inside him, you can bump him, door bang him, anything you like. None of it bothers him. And this is what he's just so good at. He just gets in front, he can just sit there and just pound the laps out, and he's just flawless with it. It's I mean, you look at his incidents per race when you're talking to him about it, and I was messing around with him yesterday. I was like, geez, how the hell did you get your iRacing up to like 5,600? How did you get up there? And he's like, oh, I don't seem to crash much. And I remember I was in hysterics for about half an hour, like, the most completely obvious statement ever.
Yeah, well, simplest things always, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
A crash game I wrote in.
Aaron did a really good job when he was out front, but he got second on that restart, and I think he tried to race Rob instead of racing his race, and he just killed his tires. Aaron held on way better last run with tires and everything, and just this run, it's just not there.
Christian's still having a lot of fun out there at the moment. It's Gomez that he's side by side with.
Got a car in the grass. Whoa, Rob. Wow. I thought he was going to come in front of Rob there.
Yeah, Pedro Rodriguez there. Oh, he's about to lose it on the track as well. Just trying to get a bit of power down. Just give those tyres a little bit more time. Let's have a look, see exactly what caused that.
I thought that was going to bring a yellow out.
Oh.
I think he was trying to get to pit road and he just locked him up.
Yeah, exactly that. Didn't look anything, just missed it.
This is where if you're Rob or Aaron, you're thinking, I don't want to see a yellow at all. And if you're us or anybody watching the stream, you're thinking, somebody crash, somebody crash,
Yeah.
somebody crash.
Yeah, the main battle really is Christian. He's been in the thick of things for the last 10, 15 laps now, and he's still right there. Gomez at the moment that he's fighting with. He's got Rob coming up behind him. Rob pitted, I don't know if you remember, so lap times considerably, well, I say considerably quicker, not really. Was it Rob who pitted? No, it wasn't. What it was Clyde, wasn't it? Sorry, my mistake.
I was wondering then.
A little too late, but Martin is the fastest car on the track right now.
Yeah, you're right, 15 seconds back, nothing he's going to be able to do from there. He's not even going to be able to catch Lucas up, that's 5.8 seconds as well. Picker scrolls across.
What Lucas is doing though is pulling Aaron in front of him in by about a tenth to 2/10 per lap.
Still not going to be enough, 2.8 seconds is the gap, so going to get close, but he's just not going to get there.
In fact, there was 3/10 that lap. It doesn't have to be enough to get in there, it just has to be enough for Aaron to be sat there looking at his F3 box and seeing the numbers coming down.
Well, yeah, that puts a bit of pressure on Aaron then, doesn't it, at that point?
Yep.
And you know, you start to subconsciously sort of check up a bit. You don't want to make any mistakes, so you just back it off a little bit more and scrub an extra tenth off of your lap time, and those 3/10 become 4, and you know, maybe 4 half a second, and then at that point, you know, he will get ahead. But 6 laps to go, 2.4 seconds.
It's 3/10 a lap. At the moment, it's like I say, you just get that. You see the numbers coming down, you think to yourself, "Oh, I better push this a little bit here. I've got to get a wriggle on," and then you just start getting on the throttle a little earlier, start getting a bit loose coming off, or you start trying to push it into the corner a bit harder, and all of that shaves a tenth off every lap.
Gomez and Rob there having a little battle. There's a lot of individual battles going on out there, really. That sort of mid-pack seems to be quite close together. Got 5 laps to go. Really, any action that's going to change now. Aaron dropped off to 5 seconds back off Rob Reed, so nothing going there. 2.5 seconds ahead still of Lucas. Doug Pickering 2.1 seconds back from him. Fuller there is further 1.3, and then Martinson 5 seconds back from there. So really, top 6 very spread out right now. From 8th, 9th, 10th, where it's all a fun. Just on board with Rob. We haven't seen too much of Rob this race, and actually I'm going to switch it over to Gomez as well, because we haven't seen too much of him either. So running in P8 and the time R14. 3 laps to go as he crosses the line. Wants to try and get 7th. Just wondering, Cody, you've been in this sort of a position where can't really do anything for the win. Thinking of the championship points, or do you just try and get that extra place?
I'm going for everything I can get here. I'm not, right now, at the end of the race, I'm not thinking about points. I'm thinking about position.
Yeah, I think these two are going to battle all the way up to the line. That's for sure. Then I'm going to pick up and find our race leader, though. 1 lap to go after he cycles around this time. I have to say, Matt, he's drove a great race. Hasn't really made any mistakes or anything like that out there.
No, I mean that's Rob to a T. Really, it just is. As I said, we run out of words to describe him. To be honest with you, he's just will not make mistakes, and he's consistent. And guys who do that, who can just tick off the lap times like that, are just so hard to beat, even when they're on a bad day.
Here he comes then for the final time, rounding through turn 4. Great victory. Rob Reed takes round 3 here at California. Teammate's going to come across in second, some 5.8 seconds back in the end. Lucas takes 3rd with Doug Pickering in 4th. Lucas Buller in 5th. Martin, our championship leader, comes across in a great 6th as well. That's going to be a good result. It's only really Buller who's going to close up anything on him as far as the championship goes. And that Gomez and Rob battle, it ended up with Rob taking it from Gomez, Marcus Hagman, followed by Christian and Corentin Peters. I have to say, guys, it died down a little bit at the end on that long run, but we had some great racing out there earlier on tonight.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's we lost a few cars with some cautions and things, and it's such a big track with so much space on it that it does separate out a lot like that in races, and so it's tough to keep interesting towards the end. But I think there was an interesting race. It was just a real shame we lost Raul early on, and just to see what would have been a really good battle at the end. But you can only do what you can, and Rob didn't put a foot wrong, and Aaron was solid for second as well. So top job to those guys. And Lucas Schwinneneck, I thought was for where he looked like he was struggling with the car early on, came back really well.
Yeah, Cody, final thoughts on the race?
It was a really up and down day for our leader. Well, not really Rob. Rob was there the whole race, but we started out with Raul really fast, and Raul had his issues, and then we had Aaron come up there, and then at the end, Aaron just didn't have nothing for him. But Rob stayed steady the whole race, and it paid off in the end.
Yeah, I promised to get all the team information added for the next round as well from the guys. But yeah, so final standings then. Rob takes it by 5.8 seconds from Aaron. Lucas in 3rd. Doug comes across in 4th. Buller in 5th. And then we've got Martin. And then everything flicks through. So I can't read the final top 10. But we covered that already. I have to say, guys, we're a bit pushed on time, so we're going to get a couple of people who jump into the interview channel. Hoping Rob might come up. Even on the TeamSpeak. No. There he is. Well, we'll have a quick word with Aaron. Aaron, welcome to the booth, mate. Congratulations, P2. Car looked particularly good before the caution flag dropped. You were able to get by Rob and pull away a little bit, and we thought you might have a little something for him in that final stint, but it wasn't to be. Settle for P2.
Yeah, happy with that. Rob's just a master at saving the tyres on a longer run, and I knew if we went to the end, he'd probably have the run on me. That's the way it turned out, but good run for the team. The fact that Rob managed to run with Raul for most of that long green flag run at the start is a good sign for the team. So yeah, I think we're going in the right direction.
Awesome, and where are we up next? Anyone? Usual ill preparedness. Let me just bring the schedule up.
Anyway, yes, it's at Martinsville,
Texas.
Texas. Oh well, we go well around there, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Quite a bumpy track. Difficult to set the car up around there.
You can, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the multi-groove runs like around there, because you don't run at the bottom at Texas in 1 and 2 anyway. You run a bit off, so yeah, we might see a bit more side-by-side racing.
All right, cool. Thank you, Aaron. Great job, mate, on P2 today, and yeah, hopefully we see you in a couple of weeks' time, and maybe going that one better.
Cheers, guys.
Matt, do you want to have a quick word with Doug?
Yeah, reasonably happy with that after a long race, and looked like you were struggling a little with the setup towards the end.
I filled it up with the last pit stop instead of putting 14 gallons in it, so I was loose all the way through that last run. I was struggling, so yeah, Rob and Aaron just nailed it.
Yeah, car looked good, and I thought for a minute you were going to hold on to onto P3 and make it a clean sweep for the team. But
yeah, I was hoping to do, but yeah, it wasn't going to happen once I'd made that mistake in pit lane.
What were the difficulties today, Doug? There's a lot of up and down for everyone really out there, but it's fair to say you weren't in sort of P4 for the whole part of the race. You sort of got there more towards the second half of the race.
Yeah, I struggled a little bit at the beginning, and then got an EOL on one of the pit stop cycles in caution that put me at the back. So then I had to miss taking tyres the next pit stop yellow caution we had just to get the track position. So yeah, once up at the front, it wasn't too bad.
Matt, you got anything else for Doug?
Yeah, just to tell him he's fired for messing up the pit stop. But other than that, I thought it was a good race. Well done.
Yeah, cheers. I would just like to thank Lou Bardner, Sim Steering, Elite Driver Services, and JCL for sponsoring us, and Alex for having us here as well. So thanks very much.
Thanks, Doug.
Good man.
And last up, ready for the guys who wants to come and have a little interview is Josh. Josh, welcome. You had some fun out there tonight, mate. That car looked like a handful at times, and yeah, got the better of you in the end.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when you do a late change to setup without really testing it. But yeah, I thought I'd come and explain myself a bit after that monstrosity of a race.
Well, I have to say, we sort of called it a little bit in the pits. We could see you just having sort of all sorts of hassle. And I will say, we caught your save. You know, your monster one where you were perpendicular to the track and you managed to get it back. So watch the broadcast back. That's on there. We big that up. But then, of course, you go and it all goes to pot because, you know, you stuff it just 2 laps later.
Yeah, I have a really bad habit of overheating the rear tyres, and I think that shows, especially on the bigger tracks. I'll have a better showing next time out at Martinsville. Don't you worry about that.
Well, everyone's saying Martinsville, but I'm looking at the schedule and I'm seeing Texas.
More of the same then. No, it should be better at Texas. I think I'll won't change the setup so late this time, and I'll stick with something that's more stable than I had then.
Awesome, thanks, Josh. Well, I wish you all the best of luck there, mate, and hopefully you can get yourself, in towards the top 10 next time.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
He certainly gets a style award, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, that was one of the best saves I've seen, I have to say. Well, no one else looking like they want to do an interview. For the drivers, I know sometimes before people used to grab you from your server, from your channels and things like that. We're not 100% with that. So if you want an interview, jump in the ready for the interview or the welcome channel, and we'll message you from there. So, right, final thoughts, Matt. Wrap it up for us, mate.
I thought that was a good race, really. Congrats to Rob. I think you were pretty dominant, Rob and Aaron at the front there. Some usual bits of carnage here and there that unfortunately take some of the leaders out of the running, but it's good fun. And on to Texas, and hopefully that'll be a track where there'll be more than one line, and it'll be a lot more close. Certainly going to be a lot narrower.
Yeah, no doubt. Right, just to let everybody know what's coming up here on Apex Racing TV before we bring this to a close. Tomorrow, midday, we've got the iRacing Grand Prix series as well. So that's coming from Sebring. That should be a whole load of fun. We might see split strategies this season, looking at that. So it's myself and Andrew Woodhouse in the booth for that one. And then Sunday night, about 8 o'clock, I believe it is, it's the Kia Club Series return. Adam Bath and Paul Smith in the booth for that one. That'll be a lot of fun as well. It's close Kia touring car action as always. And then I'm back, but this time on Twitch, iRacing Live and iRacing's Twitch channel for part 2 of our how to set up the McLaren MP430. We focused a little bit on tyre pressures and using Motec last week, but that we will be back looking at Canberra angles and how to optimize those using Motec as well. So it's a lot to cover in a whole season, so we're taking our time with it. And then Cam Stark will be back in the Formula Renault as well. Straight after that, we'll be hosting his channel there. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming from Apex Racing TV tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in on that. But thank you very much, everybody. This has been round 3 of the European Stock Car Championship here from California, Auto Club Speedways. Rob Reed takes great victory. Aaron is in second, followed by Lucas. 1, 2, 3. Great racing. Thank you all. See you then.